room. So we're already there when the zombie comes back. The zombies quit out. Can we send that? Oh, no. Okay, sent. Put this up. Okay. That's for all Twitch streamers. It's been happening for about a week now. Really? Interesting. Okay, we got 22 seconds before the zombies will be in the vicinity. And starting soon. There you go. Yep. So yeah, so we're all set. We're all set. We're just waiting for the zombies. And what I want to try is I don't want to have to, bring every single sprite in new, all that kind of stuff. So I was trying to look for shortcuts. And I thought about it is if we take the ones that we know work from the directory of the old build and copy them just into the directory of the new build, will the new build be able to pick them up and just have them there because they're in the proper directories? And that's what I want to test. Because that could save us a lot of time. Because it also means that we could load a room from the old one and see what happens. What is the B for? I do not understand the B. Okay, let's get our directory set. I think I have the right ones. No, I do not. That is the wrong one. This is the right one here, because this is what we want. This one is not. Okay. God, I hate when it does that. It's not the right way to do it. Just saying. It's very unfriendly. Ads are finished. All right. Let us get into this. So, because what I want to do is I don't want to have to literally grab every single sprite again and pull everything into our new build for testing the inventory. But I mean, I can. I just don't want to. I want to be able to just, since we can't. Oh wait, am I? I'm just checking. Yeah, since I can't copy in a chunk in with the program itself, can I do it? My question is, can I do it in Explorer and have it work? So that's what we're going to try. Now what I need to do is let me go to our window here and call this. So my goal is let me open this window here, over here. We want that one? No, we want this one. So this is the directory structure for our last one where I was trying to use ChatGPT to fix the code and found out it can't be fixed because it's there's a spaghetti code in there that is a mess. But in these directories, we have our sprites, we have our scripts, we have everything. And I think there's even our rooms. Yeah, and our rooms. So if I wanted to just grab the test room, can I just copy that into the directory of our current build, which I have to find our current build, which is, let me make this smaller. And then let's open this one and grab, where is that one over there? That is just C. This one, yep. So my theory, and it could be a stupid theory, is that I can find the directory that has our, current build, which is our new build that we're talking about, which is called, what is it called again? Let's open it. Open recent. It is called, do not save this one. No, we're not saving this. Because all we have in there is the stuff that we copied yesterday. And we're going to rename this. So we're going to save it as our main build. Call it our main build. Let's put it in JRay game projects. Okay. So let's go there. Let's go to users. Oh, we need users. Users. JRay. Game Maker projects. Temple Plate RPG Temple Project. Nope. Okay, it did not put it in here, did it? No. So where is it putting it? Let's go. Nope, nope, nope. That's all the old ones. Interesting. So I could have swore I would have put it in there. Let's do this. Let's find us. And then, oh, sorry, let me get back to you guys. I'm not sure what you're seeing right now, so. Okay, so I'm doing a search over here on the side to see if I can find the project. Because we just saved it, so we should be able to get there. And what I want to try to do is take stuff, the room and things like that from our old project and copy it into the new project directory structure and see if it picks it up. If it doesn't, then we're just going to have to go in and load sprites and all that stuff like we did before. So it's not a big deal, but my goal was to try to find a easier way to do this, since I can't do a import and pick different things from the old build. Let's go back here a second. Do a save as. Let's see what the directory is. It's C users JRay game projects. Yeah, that's where we put it. STU. And it would have been called our project name. Our project, let me try that again. Our main build. Okay, it is there, but it didn't show up over here. See users. JRay game projects. TU. I do not understand why. Okay, here it is. So our build, our main build. So this should have nothing in it. So room 1 is just our base room. That is correct. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to go over here And in our rooms, we're going to grab this one and copy it there. Oh, we're going to copy it into the rooms. Let's move it to the rooms. And we're going to grab some sprites from over here. Oh, these are rooms. So we only want the test room. Now we want some sprites. What sprites do we want? We do want, we need the nurse. This would be in sprites. Let's go over here to sprites. Playwright, these are all base ones. These are from the other things. So let's go over here. We need the nurse. Doop, doop, boop, boop, boop. Where is our nurse? Okay, here's our nurse. We want to copy that. We need our nurse. We need our idiot. Copy here. We need idiot, nurse. We need our cat. Now I've made a new thing for the cat, but we have to use the old cat for purposes here. So let's do here because it would be one of the older ones. Wax waitress. No, it'd be up here. Clergy. Fountain running. Fountain, fountain, fountain. Health. We do need logs. We do need reeds. We don't. Well, we do need sulfur. Oh, barmaid. Nope. Bat. Nope. Bat dye. Nope. Blacksmith. Yes. Copy those into that directory. So let's now reload this project and just see if those guys show up or if we've just screwed ourselves. Interesting. The sprites are there and no, they're not. Turn back. Nope, it's not recognizing the sprites. Let's do a, can we quit and let's exit and come back in and reload. And we are looking for this one here, which is our main build is the one that we want. Let's pull these down and then get our this up. And let's see if reloading it actually makes those sprites appear. Our main build is what we wanted. And let's let it load. It looked like it loaded, but yeah, it didn't show them. So basically here in the sprites, they're not showing up in the sprites. So okay, that's not how it can be done. Because let's look to make sure we have, let's pick some of these. The sprite box, enemy 1, enemy 2. Okay, there's the enemy 1 and enemy 2. So here's our idiot. Same thing, all set up, but not in there. What happens if I do this? Can I drag it? No, you can't drag it. What if I did this from this section? Nope, that won't work either. Is there a load? No, I guess you have to, no. Collapse, open, in new asset browser? No. No, that's just the directory. should be able to go here, go to sprites. I did put it in sprites, right? Not in scripts. Yeah, he's in sprites. Here's our idiot. No, I guess we have to do it the old-fashioned way. Literally just make a sprite, bring it in. Make a sprite, bring it in. Well, okay. Well, we tried, you know. Can we, let's try this then. Can we now use the import? No, because that's just import a project. Can we, is there an import sprite? No, there is not an import sprite. Add existing, maybe? What happens if we do that? Oh, interesting. Go back over here. Let's go to our idiot. Did it add him? No, I don't see him. Is there anything in the window? There's nothing in the window. So we can't do an add existing. That doesn't do it. Create. Yeah, I guess we're just going to have to build it. Oh, that's too bad. I was hoping that it could just be copied in. Let me see if the room came up. No, the room never came up either. So that sucks. If we can't bring things in... Here's my problem with this, is I wanted to be able to do what I would consider something simple, which is I've built a project. I've run into problems with that project, without a doubt. You know, now, is there a way to pull everything in that project that we know works into another project without having to literally go load that project and then delete everything? Can I just start a new project and then copy our assets and stuff into that project directly? But I don't seem to see where that can be done. So if we do import project, and let's try to import this one. Yeah, nothing, I don't. Let's go to our sprites. So if we said import that. Nothing's coming up, even on import project. Yeah, nothing's showing. So the actual project file isn't even showing, so. But it definitely says import project. So you would think that that's what it does. There's an export project. Do we have to do that? Okay, let's load 12 back up. And let's say, okay, here's 12. Now let's export it as a template. No, because the whole point is getting rid of the template. As a Y, that will do that. As a Y to use. And then let's go. Let's go to C. New directory. Project test. Okay, so we're going to export that into there. It says it's analyzing up here at the top. It is creating the export. All right, so it has exported it. Now let's go back to our other build. Luckily, all this stuff is throwaway, so we're all good. Now let's try to do an import. And will it give us the choices to do it? So, see. See, project test. Okay, so that's something we can click on now. What did it do? It looks like all it did was just copy everything into another room. Yeah. But it didn't copy everything, did it? Oh, yeah, it did. Okay. So maybe that's it. Maybe we do have to strip everything out. Oh, that's such a pain. Okay, so let's get rid of the rooms that we're not going to use because the whole point was to pull all those out anyway. So let's go to rooms first. And we're just gonna have to clean this all out. Is we're gonna get rid of everything, pretty much. Because we're just gonna have our one room now. So let's delete those. Since we've imported from the other one, I don't think we're losing anything. We're keeping that room. We're going to kill all of those rooms. This room that we're looking at is the room that we'll be saving. Graveyard, done. And it'll be the only room we're saving, so. In our base, we do want to keep our parent, and we can keep our title. Our title just has to go to another place. Enemies, I don't think we need enemies anymore because we have bats, slime, all that. Those are all coming out. Entities, we need the hat. We need those right now. Don't need the shopkeeper. Don't need the signs or signpost. This is not the way I wanted to be able to do this. I wanted to be able to just go in and pick the things that I wanted to save, and it's not letting us do that. We do need all of these. This is the old inventory, so we want all of this thrown out. Yeah, all of this goes away. Goodbye. Okay, world items. We do need the arrows for now. Blah, blah, blah. Bat hunt. Bats. No, we don't need the bats. Okay, beehives. Yes, we don't need the beehives. Can we do a select here? Don't need the boulder. We need the coins. We need the UI. I don't need the explode. Don't need the frags. We need that. Hook blade, we need the hook blade. Okay, we need that. We need that. We need that. We need the nurse, we need the otter. Phosphate. Player hook. Stone. Sheriff. Yeah, we're gonna keep the sheriff because we'll be adding his stuff up. Sorry, I'm making it smaller. We don't need these old statues because we have all the new ones. Steve the Ghost. No, we don't need the stick. We don't well, we're going to keep the tile set. We don't need our trees. Yeah, so let's delete all those. Nothing has disappeared off our page, so that's a good sign. Because technically, these are all the pieces we need. We don't need anything else but this. So let's see. Boop, 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 boop. Back up here, world items. Plants, nope. Pot, nope. Reeds, no, we replaced the reeds because we put them up here. We do need that. Rock, nope. S roof, we don't need that. Shadows, I'm not worried about. Tombstones, we're not using. Wax, we are using. Yeah, cleaning up your project sucks. All I'm saying. Don't need the apothecary. Don't need the baker. Barber. Boy, we need. Butcher, we don't need right now. Candlemaker, we do need. Carpenter, we don't need. Clergy, we do need. Idiot, we need. Idiot's fixed leg, we need. Innkeeper, we don't need. Leader. MS girl, nurse meds, we need. Potter, we don't need. Stable master. Steve's leg. Storekeeper. Healer. Teacher. Waitress. Yeah, we don't need any of those. Oop. Okay, we killed somebody we shouldn't have. I thought I kept the waitress or the matchstick girl. I guess I did not. Okay, we'll have to put her back. Oh, pieces. Yes, we keep all these pieces. These are all of our statues. Players, we're going to keep all of our player animations for now. Inventory, we don't have anything in. These we all need. We need those. Enemies, I don't think we have any enemies. We took them all out. So all in all, everything's still on this page except for apparently I dropped the candlestick maker, so we'll grab her. Put her back in again. But yeah, this was kind of what I was trying to avoid having to do, is just literally strip everything out by hand. But apparently that's what we have to do. Back to here to townspeople. Create a sprite. Import our girl. Our game. And I think I've already moved her over here, so I might as well grab her from over here. Box, spray to enemies. No, I didn't put her back over here yet. Oh no, this is their version. Okay. Bump, bump, bump. Let's reference ones. Okay, where's she at? There she is. Okay, we got her. Alrighty, so we have her back, which means we have to go to her object and make sure she's attached to the right one. Townspeople. MS girl. Okay, so she should now be back in our little room again. Yeah, she is back. Okay, good. You can see where that could be a big pain. This is if God, I wish there was an easier way to clean all this stuff up, but there really doesn't seem to be. I do like the fact that this now shows us the ones that don't have sprites anymore, so we can get rid of them pretty easily. But and now nobody over there should disappear. When we delete these, no, nothing should disappear. Okay, so we're good there. Enemies, all these guys are no longer in the picture. Take them out. Okay, explode. These are all the other stuff. We will add it back in as needed. The goal, though, is just to keep everything from disappearing. We need all of those items. We're going to keep the managers for now because we're going to end up having to pull some of them out to fix some of the things that we are doing this in the first place for. NPCs, we need the otter, we need the axe, we need the player to, yep. Well, we need that. Level 1 quest, we do need that object. We do need that. We need all those because that's all of our statues over here on all these guys. Don't want to lop them off yet. That's our old statue. We don't need that one anymore. World items. These are all things that we got rid of. Now, technically, this is not getting us what we actually need, in that there's a lot of scripts that are going to need to be torn out of this in order to get our inventory script stuff to work. So this is just literally a start, because we're using logs instead of, see, yep, our logs are still there, so we're all good. So that looks like everything that we need to tear out as far as like objects. Keep that. Those are needed. I'm sure that when we do a build, it's going to complain like there's no tomorrow. Going to get a lot of complaints. So our base, yeah, we keep all that. Need to look at our title room, because somewhere it tells you where it goes. So let's see. Well, let's just try to run it and see what happens. Let's do a save. Luckily, it saves it separately, so that's good too. Do a build and launch. Let's see if it'll even build. I don't think it's going to build, but we'll try it. Okay, well, that's a miracle. It did build. That surprises me. It's can't do a start new because it won't know where to go. Yeah, that's what I thought. So we need to go to not set before reading. Yeah, so we took the river out. Want to replace that. It doesn't tell me where it's at though. So we need to find our river in our search and then change that to our new room name. Our river. Chase our river, return the additional transform our river. Fence type site, okay. Look at this one. Our river no longer exists, so switch rooms. We wanted to go to this is the room we wanted to go to. I knew this was not going to be happy. Our cave is there. Okay, we need to take this out. These ones are okay. Default is there. That's correct. Take that one out. Test room 1, yes, test room 1 is there. Our river is correct. Where else is it? It's over here as well. So, let's change this to this one as well. Oops. Not what I meant to do. Okay, back up here. Let's see if that works. All right, so nope. Okay, so it says error 1. Create event, O room exit. Oh, okay, so variable unknown village, our village. Okay, so we need to go to O room exit. Well, I hope I didn't delete it. I may have. No, it'd be under managers. I did not delete anything from this area. Hmm. Okay, so target room. So our position, blah, 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 target room. Target room equals target room. So we need to go to our scripts and open up our macros, find target room. Global target room 7. No, this is the one we just looked at. You know where it says target room argument 1. No transition. I'm pretty sure we kept out transition. But probably didn't, because I'm immortal. No, it's still there. Boop boop. Go to target room. So here's all of our target room. But I'm not seeing where target room is actually being set. Global target room equals target room. Yeah. That equals target room, but where is it setting the target room? No transition. Okay, that's just a transition. That's not. Yeah, it should be working. So this may not be the answer either. Here's our title. We wanted to go to the test room. If I could just make target room this room. Always. I mean, maybe I could just do that in save slot, blah, 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 blah. Go back to our macros. That's not where we want. We want the game object. Global, blah, blah, blah. Target room, we'll just make it that. Not O room exit. We wanted to make it I mean, what's the worst that can happen? It can say no, right? Okay. You would think it'd be easy, but no, apparently not. Let's see what the bug is this time. Nope, it doesn't like that at all. Create an event object O room exit. Object O room exit variable blah blah blah. Not set before. Okay. Room CC. Test room O1. Pre-create. Okay, let's find O room exit. No, because that's just the blue thing. It's just down here. That's O room exit. Well, it's okay. Worst comes to worst, we'll just do that, right? Since our whole point is to just make it to where it only goes to that room anyway, so we can test stuff. Survey says, fuck off. Variable unknown, village. No. It's looking for village. Why is it looking for village? There should not be any our village in here. It's still looking for our village, and I don't know why. This says there are no our village anywhere in there. Maybe I have to delete the old build to get it to work right, maybe. Let's delete everything from it. Start completely fresh. Do a save of this. This should be, yeah, this is a throwaway test, so. We have thrown all of it away and started over. And it's still going to crash, yep. It still says that it's looking for our village, and I don't know why. Variable unknown object, our village. Not set before reading. Wait a minute. Okay, let's go back to We go back to our room. Go over here. We need to go down here. There's what we got. Taking that out. We're turning all these off. He's not going to be able to teleport from there. I think that's what's causing it. New crash. Okay, so it was a mistake to strip everything out like that. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to start it new. Maybe it'd be better to pull. Ugh. It's weird because I did something like this earlier with the other inventory. Go open recent. We go down here to inventory 3. Go ahead and delete all this. I don't care. Project health, file, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay, blah, blah. So, oh, almost hit F5. Can't do that. Build this. Oops, wrong one. Okay, so this is completely stripped out. Yes. This was our old inventory system that we were trying to do, but it didn't. It's too complex for our thing. It's sad too because it does everything we want it to do, but oh well. It's too much. It's too much for the size of game that we have. So it wasn't working. However, we did strip everything out and started over here. I guess we just need to carry stuff in and hope for the best here. We've gone through 1, 2. Looks like I'm talking to myself, but that's okay. I'm frustrated with what this is doing. We only have about 20 more minutes, but that's okay. We are losing ground as we speak, so. Left eye is killing me. I guess we just need to start new, which is what we were starting to do down here. It's just us slowly bringing it in. I just need some time to actually build it from scratch. It does build. Gives us a blank page. If we build a room, this is the room we have. Let's build a sprite. Now we'll have to build all that stuff from scratch. Okay. Ugh. Gotta make the old system work. We have to have the base. We have to have our move. We do have all the versions back before we did anything. So if we go all the way back to, let's open 9 as a test. So this is 9. This is why you save these things. And we do a build of 9. What does 9 give us? How far back is 9 is basically my question. Is it before we put Steve in? Okay, it was after we moved the family crypt. Ooh, it's missing some things. Object controller. Okay, so 9 doesn't work. That's not good. I think we need to completely clear everything out. And then go down here, reopen it, and let's go all the way down to one of the first ones. Let's see, what do we have down here? We have 9 is the earliest. That one's from May. Let's see what we can find here. Toby 11. Actually, what we want is Toby 51. Which would be, should be this one. This is going way back to when we first finished the tutorial. Let's see if it still works, because with the upgrades in the program, even in the last couple months, some things don't work anymore. And that's kind of what I'm fighting with, so. Survey says, let's see if you guys can see it. Can you guys see it? It looks like you can. Yeah, it did come up, so that's a good thing. And crash. No, it didn't crash. Oh yeah, this is an old one. This is before we made up everything in there. We may just have to come back to this one and then just make our test room and get it all working from there. Because even though it looks like, okay, I guess we did put this up here. Yeah, so this is still the old artwork. Maybe we go back to this where it was simpler and add the inventory, or maybe go back to So I'm trying to think of if it's the code from the tutorial that's causing the breakdown, or if it's the code from the old inventory system that we tried and failed. I guess going back to this point here, it's a good place to start. And strip things. Bring this one in and then strip things out of this one as opposed to the newer one. Then go back and add the inventory system into it, one piece at a time. That might be what we need to do. That might be the right thing to do. Can you rate? Okay, where are we at? Can you rate passing wind pilgrimed on. It's a song on YouTube. I'm in the middle of something else right now. I don't know what that has to do with anything. This stream is doo-doo. Well, thank you very much. Okay. Okay, well, if this stream is doo-doo, maybe I should just quit. Spend my days just making a game. Okay, well. Sweet Time, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to step back to right after we got here, which is this is version 001. We had got to version 0012. Yeah, we might just have to start back from here and add the new things to it, and get the inventory and all that stuff working first. Yeah, because then nothing's in here. Our Matchstick Girl isn't in here. Our town is here, but yeah, everybody's there. All the stuff is there. Yeah, I can go back to this and start adding in the inventory system into this one. See if we can get it working. I'm assuming that the code for the other inventory system, even though I thought I took it out, there may be parts of it still in there. Well, we started the project in November, but we only work on it online. So other than me learning tutorials offline, we don't actually work on the project unless we're online, which is about an hour a day, Monday through Friday. So we haven't been working on it very long. So it's not a matter of if I had a regular team and stuff and all that, that would have been great, but I don't. You know, if we were working on it 8 hours a day, you know, technically if we count just the hours in the day, since it's about an hour, hour and a half a day, depending, we've been working on it for about 3 weeks. So, yeah, based on an 8-hour day, I think. Something like that. Well, my problem is that I need to spend hours I don't have on the project because it's only me working on it here. Yeah, and don't get me wrong, there's the ideas and stuff that has come from you guys have been immense, and I give you guys full credit for that. That's why you're in the that's why we have the credits at the beginning of this. Oh, this was before we fixed the shake too. Yeah, this one's really old. I think I need to go back to version 5. I think 0.5, 0.05. Yeah, but I think that people expect more from me for my history, and I don't feel like I'm living up to it. So I'm gonna have to find the correct way to do this and make it functional for all of us. Let me go and let me open 5. 0, 5 is the one I want. I'm thinking 5 fixes the shake. Yeah, it looks like we've already switched this. Yeah, we have some basics in there. I don't think we have, no, we don't have our pieces. But we do have the basics in there. Let's do a build. I think this is also why I need the holiday next week. Yes, I've been doing this since November, the whole show since November, and haven't taken a break, so I need to take a break, I think. So I think the 3 days off next week in a different environment is going to help quite a bit. And we had talked about that in the beginning, is you need to do those breaks. And I'm notorious, for anybody that knows or has worked with me, I'm notorious for not taking breaks at all. And probably not the best thing in the world. Okay, so, and this one, the shake is fixed. Yeah, the shake is fixed. I don't think we have an inventory system. No. Yeah, so we may only just need to go back to this version here and put our new inventory system in, because even the pieces aren't on the ground in this one, which means we haven't written the code. No, we haven't written the code for the otter in this one yet, so we can clean that all up. Yeah, I'm going camping next week, so we don't have anything. No kind of inventory system is in this version, which is 0.5, but we do have the changes. Let's see what happens if we go to, we haven't even put that down yet, so that's good. We can pick up a rock and throw it, which is good. We can pick up a bomb and it puts it in the queue. Okay, do we have all of our weapons? We have all the weapons. Yeah, so I think 5 is where we need to step back to. We step back to 5 and then we start implementing the inventory system into 5 and see if we can get it working. Because I like the simplicity of the inventory system that we've added, as opposed to the one that's big and elaborate and stuff like that. Yeah, we're going camping next week, so I have friends coming and staying at the house, so the house will be fine. And Frigg and I are going camping, so it will be fun. It will be good because you need to do things that gets you out from in front of the computer. And going out and doing camping is one of those things that gets you out in front from in front of the computer. Because I have been feeling a bit of burnout over the last week or so. Like real camping or glamping. What is glamping? I don't even know what glamping is. It's like glamorous camping. No, this is real camping in a tent. Do you have a game design doc? I don't. Build the goals. Oh yeah, we have a whole thing that we put together in Miro. The problem is not the game design itself, the storylines, all that other stuff. We have all of that. The problem is my inability to code, because I'm not a coder. I've been an artist and all that stuff for years and years and years. No, not an RV. We're looking at real tents. No AC. Yeah. Tent is real camping, yes. The problem's not the game design. We have all that. The problem is, when we started this, I wasn't going to do game dev on our channel. I was just, in November, someone had asked me though, they go, okay, if you were to do a game today, how would you do it? So I showed them that the first thing I would do is I'd take a big piece of graph paper and kind of plan it all out, And, but you can't really show a big piece of graph paper on here, so we use Miro. and we did a basic rundown of in Miro of what we wanted to do. So if we look at Miro here, let me see if I can pull it up here. Yeah. So, okay, let's get this one. So we basically put our whole game design in Miro, and I just started talking about, okay, here's what I would do today if I were to start making a game. So we did a complete breakdown of, we started with our three main characters, which was here, and this was literally the first thing we wrote, was who are our three main characters. Main character is a boy. He lives with his grandfather, and then his grandfather's twin brother is the bad guy. So, and then we made the small village where grandfather's house is and all that. And then we went and said, okay, well, then we have our town, and these were all the things that we needed in our town, all the people and stuff, our village, you know. And then we started working on, we talked about the grandfather's twin brother, evil twin brother area, which is the mines. It's the 16 levels of mines. We talked about having 16 levels in the mine, and then a quick way to get, because we're throwing something together quickly, it's like, okay, well, having 16 levels of mines to design over your head while you're working on other things is a lot of pressure, because I have to get to the 16 levels. So we used a Dungeons and Dragons mapping app to get us 16 levels of mine, and then we put them together like this. So we just did them, and it's just so that we didn't have to worry about what the levels were going to be immediately. We could build them this way, or we can build them another way, but it just basically meant that we had 16 levels in the can if we wanted to just make those. And then we started talking about, okay, what are the quest stuff? And we built, originally it was supposed to be the family crypt. And when grandfather got kidnapped by his uncle, by his twin brothers, then the boy had to go, because he had no one to go to. He went to the family crypt and asked the ancestors for help. But we don't use the ancestors anymore because of the storyline of how the village got where it's at. We couldn't do that anymore. So we picked Viking gods. So that's when we switched to the Viking gods. It's pretty much the same thing, but they're all that. So then we started breaking down storylines, which are here, of where everything is. So we do have a design doc. It's kind of all over the place because we've switched. But this is the Jolkers. Thank you very much for the follow. So I wanted to put in start putting in the main path that our character has to do, not including subquests or anything else, just the main path, the things he absolutely had to do. And that's what we put together in our system. This is the stuff he has to do to get from 0 to 1, level 1. You know, so we built that, you know, and then I realized that when we were doing this part here, let me go and pull one of our newer versions up. Let's open 12. So I realized when we were doing the testing for it that having our character have to carry everything back one at a time to altars and stuff like that for quest wasn't working, because that's how it was set up in the tutorial that I did. So I wanted to build an inventory system that could take everything. And let me close this. So we started building I started building the inventory system, and it works. So if he picks something up, if he like, let's go back over here. We'll go down here. We'll pick up some logs from the corner down here. So if he picked up these logs here, then they would go into his inventory. The problem is I couldn't get them to stack. So all the code says it should be able to stack. So I even took the code that I wrote and took it into ChatGPT and said, okay, why can't this stack? You know, I go, it's Game Maker Project, all that. I did all the right prompts, all that stuff. Now I'll wait. Oh, we're out of time. Damn it. So basically, according to everything, it's supposed to be able to stack. The reason it says 2 logs is because I've had to write it in that it's 2 logs. You know, everything works for it. So if we go over to Steve over here, because he needs 2 logs and he needs some reads. So if we go up here and grab the reads and the logs, so we have lots of logs, grab the read, so that's 3 reads, and I go to Steve, I can click on the reads and he'll take the reads. He'll take the 3 reads because we have 3 reads because that's how many he needs, but he doesn't take any of the other stuff, so I'm deleting it right now. So for some reason it's not keeping count of how many are in our inventory as a stackable item. It's only picking them up as number of items. It's not stackable, but all the code is there for it to be stackable. It's just not stackable. So my theory was this, is because of the code that I have in our game, because it's all from tutorials that I've done to learn Game Maker, and those tutorials are 8, 6, 4, 10, 3, 1 year old, all different ones, is it's not using the same build of Game Maker. Your son is really cool. Well, thank you. I did my best. So I do not know Game Maker. The only thing I know is what I learned from tutorials. So it's I'm having trouble figuring out why our inventory is not stacking, because all the code is there that it should be, and it just ain't. So my theory was, if I went back to our earliest version and pulled everything out that wasn't inventory from different inventories we've tried, then maybe it would fix it. So yeah, so it's a bit of a mess, and it's in all honesty, it's pissing me off. But I'm very frustrated with it right now. But yeah, so we do have a game design. We do have all that stuff. We have everything you need. We just, our programmer just sucks. That's what the problem is. That's really what it is our programmer sucks. In the real world, we would fire the programmer, get a new one. But unfortunately, programmer's also the boss. I don't know how Game Maker Studios codes. It has like its own version of code. Yes, it does. I had a setup manager scripts or functions to handle the read-write info. Overall, in the game jam, I had to correctly control a constant flow of information in the game. Yeah, it's kind of all over the place. And I'm trying to learn how to do it right, but for some reason, there's certain parts of it that just elude me or just seem like they weren't thought out well enough. It's our animation for our fountain. You know, a perfect example of something that bugs me every single time I use Game Maker is this: you have to hold the space bar down to move around, which I think is just silly. And here's why. So if I'm working on this, say I'm working there, and I need to move the thing up. If I hit spacebar here, it's going to put extra spaces in wherever the cursor was. So if I don't click outside that box first, then all kinds of shit can happen. And you can break all your code. So I wish they used a different thing for being able to scroll around. That's just silly to me. Is there an option to change the navigation? Not that I've seen. I just think it's silly because if you're up close like this and you're like, okay, well, I need to do something, and you even want to just move this, you can see that that's not user error. That is shouldn't be programmed that way. Sorry, I'm a freak about that stuff. So now technically I've broken that piece of code. But that's one thing that bothers me. See, so I have to put all that back. Because I hit the space bar. Let's say your Viper broke down. Number one, I would never own a Viper. It needs a new engine. Wouldn't own a Viper. It needs new gears and it needs a new exhaust system. Would never own a Viper. What will happen if you take any random BMW engine or Toyota gear shifter and the exhaust pipes of a Celeron and put it in there? You would have a even crappier Viper than a regular crappy Viper. My bad. You don't do that to a Cobra. My Cobra and I used to hunt Vipers. We had a great time doing it because they could not beat us ever. Wrong snake. Haha. Vipers are terrible cars. You see one hissing snake. You've seen them all. Nope. You're wrong, Sparta. One hissing snake is not like another hissing snake. I'm sorry. I'm just very frustrated today with this whole thing. Oh, them fighting words. There's apparently a way to remap the keys used for workspace panning. Okay. Did not know that. Like I said, I don't know anything that wasn't taught in the tutorials I watched when it comes to Game Maker Studio. And not all Game Maker Studio tutorials that people put out agree with each other. And part of it's because there's different versions and stuff like that, and I totally get that. I do in a new workspace is remap everything annoying me. Yeah. Well, and that may be what I have to do is I have to go in and just start new. Because we have and you can see it in here, because we have everything kind of laid out already. You know, that's great. You know, we have our basic world laid out and everything's there. This is our little test room that I just put together because I'm like, okay, I need to be able to test stuff. You know, but we do have the majority of our world, except for the mining area, already laid out and ready to go. Yeah, we were just trying to do from 0 to 1. But we need an inventory system to do that, and that's where my lack of programming skill is showing its ugly head. But compared to where we started way back in the day, I mean, we've come a very long way. You know, even for only working on it an hour a day. So if we go and let's see, we need to go way back. What did I call it way back then? Yeah, because we didn't even start working on this till Yeah, it looks like January. I didn't even do the tutorials from... Okay, so going back to November isn't even fair, because it looks like we didn't even start doing the mock-ups. The 51-part tutorial. Let me see if I can show you this. Because one thing I did do, and because I'm kind of weird about this kind of stuff, is I did make sure that I kept versions for every part of the tutorial. So if you look here, I have in this directory versions for every single tutorial. And let me get pull this up higher. So if we go all the way down here to the bottom, geez, it's not letting me go all the way to the bottom, is it? Am I in the wrong directory? I think I'm in the wrong directory. Yep, I'm in the wrong directory. Go back here. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Did that one? Nope. Oh, Game Maker projects, that's what I'm looking for. You would think it'd be at the top, but it is not. Okay. Oh wow, it's not even coming up in the screen. This one? No, that's actually Game Maker itself. Nope. So yeah, it's a frustrating day. A little frustrating today. Yeah, that's not even... Nope, that's Miro. Nope, that's nothing. That's all the other stuff. No, it's not even showing up as an open directory. Oh, that's why. Okay, yeah, let's do this. New Explorer.
Any Nonum says hydration reminder and rating time.
Yes, you are right. Let me just open this real quick and then I'll show you where we're at. Okay, now it works. So what I did was, as I was doing all the tutorials, I saved them based on what that tutorial was. So 51, which is when we finished the first 51 episodes of Spalding's tutorial, we finished in February. So we've only been working on it since the end of February, a couple hours a day. So yeah, but I saved each section as I finished them. And then as we're going through, I did different things. Like we'll step back to say 6 and maybe start over from there, putting the inventory system in. But we'll have to find the one where the shaking's been fixed first. So it may be somewhere around 8 or maybe 7 or 7, will be the one that we actually end up using. But I do have all the old versions for this kind of thing. I just didn't expect it to completely blow up altogether. So we do have to do raids now, so because we're a little bit late. So yeah, there's a frustration factor that is definitely there. That granted, I earned it because I jumped into something without prepping without knowing all of the things that I need to know. And we are doing our best to learn, but do you want to save changes before exiting? Nope, I want everything left exactly the way it was. We will become successful. We just need to stop, regroup, and go from there. Pretty much how it works. We will succeed eventually. What method of inventory are you trying to implement? Right now, I just want something down the left side that that keeps account like we just showed. I had built a whole elaborate inventory system based on a tutorial, but that system would not work with our code, and now this little system won't work with our code either. So I'm going way back to where we have our base, and then implementing it there before we put all the any extra stuff in, so that we can just slowly piece away at it. But I'm going to have to spend more time off hours doing it. I had made the commitment to do the majority of the work on the show, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that and get the progress that we need on this. So let us end here, and then we need to go over to our raid system.